Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live November the 4th, 2020, coming up on a 5 p.m. hour Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate everyone who subscribed to TD Fans Talk. If you know any friends or family members that would love Dolphin Talk, let them know about the channel, guys. We're almost at 12,000 subscribers. Yes, let me say that again. We are almost at 12,000 subscribers. To let you know how close we are literally, and I mean literally, we are at 11,875 subscribers. Yes, that is correct. I said it correctly. Let me make sure here. 11,000. No, excuse me. It just updated. 11,881 subscribers. We are 119 subscribers away from 12,000. Now I have a goal. I'm trying to hit 12,000 before the game Sunday. So you all can help me reach my goal by sharing the video, letting your friends and family members know about the channel. We're trying to do bigger and better things over here at TD Fans Talk. Make sure you check out the podcast, Believe in Fans Talk with TD. It is the new episode just dropped yesterday, so go check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So you get Dolphins Talk on Tuesdays from TD on the Believe Podcast Network, Believe in Fans Talk with TD. Sometime I drop bonus episodes on Fridays as well. Something for you to listen to. It's all things Miami Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Oh, my Twitter is over 1,000 followers, which is crazy. I remember I was at like 150 and I was telling you all, I don't know how to get Twitter followers, but we're over 1,100 actually on Twitter. Instagram, I think we're just over 1,000. I believe we just hit over 1,000. So go check me out there. If you have a Twitch account, check me out there. I'm also on Sportscaster. You can find my content at dolphinstalk.com as well. And again, don't forget about the podcast, Believe in Fans Talk, and my Facebook group as well, TD Fans Talk on Facebook. Come check me out, guys. Outside of that, don't forget to check out the merch store, TD Fins Shop. All right, the link is in the description of the video. A lot of people have been buying stuff last month, especially those hoodies. They're going fast. So go check out the hoodies, the TD Fans Talk hoodies as well. I just followed you on Twitter. I appreciate you, Slim. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk all things Miami Dolphins because I know I haven't been live in 2 days, okay? First of all, Monday, as you can see, I've moved my location. I have now taken over one of the rooms in our place. So I moved the location, and it took a while to set up. I actually didn't finish setting up until like 3 hours ago. Okay. Because it's a whole nother part of the room with my bar and my Dolphin pair of gear and shirts and all that over there. So it took me a while to set everything up. But I'm set up. That's the important thing. So Monday I wasn't able to go live because I need to change locations. All right. And yesterday I didn't want to interrupt anyone. You know, I know it was election Tuesday. Gave everybody their space. They can enjoy, you know, the election, whatever they got out of it, either way. And obviously it's still going on, but you know, the Dolphins, you know, the show goes on. So I'm not going to neglect another day of Dolphin football talk. So I wanted to come live, have a great conversation with you guys. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, come on, y'all, hit that like button. You know, I haven't been live in 2 days, so YouTube isn't going to send all the notifications out. They only send it out if everybody starts liking the video. So we have 120 people watching right now. Usually we got 300 or 400 people watching. So hit the like button and the numbers will grow. All right. Help me out and do your thing. All right. Appreciate y'all love and support. All right. So I don't want to get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation. We want to talk all things Miami Dolphins. I want to break down a lot of things. I know a lot of things. A lot of things happened yesterday, a lot of situations in the team today. We're going to break it all down. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to go through everything that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about all the trades that took place. We're going to talk about the injuries situation. We're going to talk about future predictions. We're going to talk about whose stock is up. We're also going to talk about whose stock is down. And I'm going to be interactive on this because I'm going to, ask y'all a lot of questions in the comment section so y'all can help me with this episode, this show, because I want to make it a great show, a great listen for everyone. All right. So first and foremost, we'll start off with trades. Which trade should I start out with? First of all, do you all even know that the Miami Dolphins made a few trades? I don't even know if you all are aware, but the Miami Dolphins actually made a few trades that I really think is really good for our team. And some people are like, why would we do the things that we did? Let me explain them to you, okay? See, y'all are only saying one. We made two trades. Ford wasn't the only one. Ford wasn't the only trade. We also made a trade for the Chiefs running back. Y'all don't know who our new running back is? One moment, guys. Yes, Washington, Deandre Washington from the Chiefs. Didn't get much work over there, but we're going to talk about these two trades, but I want to start out with Isaiah Ford, okay? First off, I'm happy for Isaiah Ford. This is a trade that's good for the Miami Dolphins and Isaiah Ford. First of all, Isaiah Ford wasn't getting the reps that he would have liked in Miami anyway, with Jakeem Grant looking stronger, with Preston Williams and Devontae Parker taking the primary bulk of the reps, the tight end position on lock, with Perry, Bolden, and those guys coming in. And not only that, we seem to have forgotten about one individual on our roster that was suspended who is eligible to play now, just like Antonio Brown. Do you all know who that is? He's on the practice squad, though. Okay? Anthony Callaway. Okay? We forgot about him. And rightfully so. The Miami Dolphins picked him up. I say Antonio, excuse me. The Miami Dolphins picked him up and he got suspended. Oh, I'm sorry. He got suspended. After he got suspended, it was only supposed to be for 3 games. And then the league came back after 3 games and suspended him an additional 4 once more information was provided. So he wasn't going to be eligible to play until after the Miami Dolphins week 8, since we had the bye week, okay? And now he's eligible. Although he is on the practice squad, he is eligible to practice and everything. But this is a high flyer. Now, he didn't put in much work in this league yet, but this is a guy who runs a 4.41, very fast, all right? And this team believed in him. They went and picked him up and said they want to work him out to see if he's going to be a part of this team long term. And with that kind of log jam at the receiver position, like I said, you had Bolden, you had all these, who else? Bolden, Perry, all of these guys we were at a log jam. So this was a good opportunity for us to look at the roster and say, hey, who has a little value and who can we get a draft pick for? Now, I know it was a 7th round pick that we got for Isaiah Ford, but something's better than nothing. When you have a great scout team and you know how to draft, a 7th round pick can be gold. I mean, wasn't Preston Williams undrafted? Although we'll talk about him in the stock later because he needs to tighten up. But you can find gold. That's why you go ahead and get an asset for what you can now. We have plenty of receivers, guys. And Isaiah Ford was not a loss. He's a guy who really knows the playbook, that you would really like to be on this team in the event that there's an injury. But we have so many guys now with Bolden and Perry and those guys actually coming, getting more acclimated with the offense, learning the offense more. This was a smart move because Gaskins had been on our practice squad for several years now. He had finally gotten a few reps and opportunities. Isaiah Ford. So this was an opportunity to say, you know what, we like the kid. He worked out for us on a practice standpoint and a few reps at times. But let's go ahead. It's almost like saying, here's a guy that's not going to end up being a major role player in our offense long term. So we were able to take advantage of a young contract with him for several years. Now let's flip it for a draft pick. And they did that. They flipped it for a draft pick and they got a 7th rounder out of it. Now, a lot of people will, why would we send him to New England? First of all, New England needs receivers. That's a great place to send them so that you can get something back. And on top of it, ladies and gentlemen, if we're legit like we say we are, then why do we care where we sent them? I don't care if he went and told them the whole playbook. At the end of the day, you got to go out there, X's and O's. You got to go out there, you got to perform. You got to beat the competition, even if they know what's coming. And I'll tell you now, it's a little overblown sometimes whenever you say, hey, what's coming? Another thing, they don't play. I mean, we don't play them again until the end of the season. We got like 6-7 weeks before we see them again. We're going to be in a whole different facet of the offense in the playbook at that point, you know, especially with Tua taking the helm. So I'm not knocking this. This is a move right here that I like. I like the Miami Dolphins getting another draft asset for. All right. That's where I am with Isaiah Ford. And he was a good Dolphin. We liked his contribution, what he brought to the team. He brought quality competition and practice. That's all you can ask for. So I wish him the best. But before I move off of Ford, I wanted to double back and say this is a great thing the Miami Dolphins also did for Isaiah Ford, because he would not be able to get the opportunities in Miami. Now, in about 2 weeks, he'll get an opportunity to play for New England, and he'll actually have a role. He'll actually have a role. And that's I like the Miami Dolphins making this move for him as well. Now he gets an opportunity to say, I can actually be an asset to a team. Give me a few bucks. He's going to be coming up on a contract at some point. You know, I'm not demanding $6-7 million a year. I'm not on that level right now, but let me come in and show you what I have so that maybe you can give me a 2-year, $6 million deal and continue to play in this league. So big ups to the Dolphins giving us somebody who put in work with our organization an opportunity to have a good career, because honestly, his career might have died out in Miami, or it would have been one of those bounce around things. And for the Patriots to trade for him means that they're going to invest in him. So big ups and good luck to you. Good luck to Isaiah Ford, except whenever you play the Dolphins. All right. So that's where we are with that. Now, Deandre Washington from the Chiefs, we all know he wasn't getting enough refs over there with the Chiefs. Not only was he not getting enough reps, I mean, they brought in Le'Veon Bell, so it was a matter of time before, you know, ultimately they moved on from somebody anyway. It was only a matter of time. So the Miami Dolphins acquired Washington and a 2021 7th round pick from the Kansas City Chiefs for a 6th round pick. So what we in essence did is said, give me a 7th, I'll give you a 6th, and give me your running back. Washington. Here's a guy who gets a fresh start in Miami. We know Myles Gaskins has been the bell cow. Matt Breida looks like he's banged up. We just took a turn that I don't like, y'all. I got to look up the update on Matt Breida, but we still have Howard, and now we have Deandre Washington. Now, Deandre Washington, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he'll be able to play this week because COVID protocol. If you go to a new team, you got to wait a week. I don't know if they're going to still have that with the trade deadline, but we'll see. Listen, Gaskins is out and going to be out for a few, and Breida's even out. I still got to look up. Maybe y'all know. Did y'all hear an update on Matt Breida's situation? I don't know. I got to go check it out. But that's tough. That is tough. Somebody said Matt Breida hurt. I thought he was banged up. I thought I saw that earlier. Let me go back. Yeah, Matt Breida did not participate in practice today. He did not participate in practice today. Let me see if they listed the official why. I don't. Oh, it's hamstring. He's dealing with the hamstring. That's the issue. Patrick Laird was limited too with the ankle injury. So the running back situation is a little scary. It's a little scary. Myles Gaskin's going to be out a few. Matt Breida did not practice. That's not good on a Wednesday. We're going to keep our eyes on it for Thursday and Friday, but hamstring, they might just sit him out this week. And then we got a running back who probably won't even be eligible to play this week. So it looks like we're going to be going with Bowden and Howard. And Bowden hasn't been behind center. He's just been in a wildcat. So that's going to be interesting. So if you ask me, I have no clue. This is all changing events for us, and they got to figure out what we're going to do. And we'd hope that, we hope that Bowden all of a sudden shows us something and gives us promise at the position as well. So I'll keep my eyes on this situation and give you all more as I know more. I appreciate you, Larry Hillman, with the donation. Said, however, a Jordan Howard in pass pro is maybe a good thing, pass protection. Maybe. But the problem that we have here is, are we going to be able to run the ball with any success? We have to be able to run the ball, y'all. If we become one-dimensional, that is a target on Tua's head. Ryan Fitzpatrick can handle the one-dimensional aspect of the game. But right now, I am not comfortable with Tua being given that responsibility to sit back and have to throw the ball 40 plus times. I am not comfortable with it. Now, he may shock us and go out and just go crazy, but we have to be able to run the ball. And Howard has already proven that he hasn't been able to do it well. And with this O-line, the holes aren't big enough to where we can do it at ease. This is an area where a lot of people have been raving about Kenley, like, oh, this guy. But in the run game, there's improvement that needs to be made. We've been so deficient in pass protection that when we get a great pass protecting O-lineman, we're like, yeah. But there's deficiencies on this line in the run game. And small guys like Gaskins masks them. Think about how many tackles Gaskins have broke. Little itty bitty Gaskins. Think about how many tackles he's broke even in the backfield. And we don't think about it because he makes it a positive game and we think that our run game is decent enough. It is decent enough with Myles Gaskins. So honestly, at the same token, this is Howard's opportunity to come out and give us something and make us proud and say, okay, Howard might be okay. This is what we brought him in here for. Because I do want to be fair to Howard in this aspect. We haven't honestly given him the fair sample size either. Excuse me. We haven't given him the fair sample size. He hasn't had enough carries for us to say, oh, he's got little spurts, but sometimes you got to get the reps to get in the rhythm. So I will give him that, but we'll see. But here's going to be his opportunity. But the crazy thing is we'd put a Bowden in the game before Howard to run a wildcat. So I don't know. This running back situation concerns me because the Arizona Cardinals does not have a great defense. And we should be able to move the ball. But if they only have to focus on one thing, then that is a concern. So I look for our coaching staff to come up with a great game plan. We won't see Deandre Washington until the time comes, which is a week afterwards. But we gotta figure that piece of it out, because going into these next games that are winnable, we can't suffer in certain facets of the game. We can't expect our defense to carry us every game, ladies and gentlemen, because Arizona's not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they're not gonna be. That we're not going to shut down Kyler Murray like we did Goff, but it's going to be a much tougher job. It's going to be a lot harder because he's way more mobile. Crazy, ridiculous, more mobile. Now, in regards to these injuries, because I want to move forward here, we already talked about the running backs with injuries, but we also have Kayvon Frazier with the injury. But he did practice, which is good news. You have Byron Jones with the Achilles injury, but he did practice. So Byron Jones is still laboring that Achilles, but he did practice, which is a good thing, guys. That's a great thing. We're going to need Byron Jones on the field if we're going to maintain dominance on defense, okay? Patrick Laird, as I stated, with the ankle injury, he is limited, but even being limited, maybe he'll get a few reps in the game. I don't know. We shall see. We have Shaq Lawson with the shoulder injury, but he practiced full. That's a great thing. We have Bobby McCain with the ankle injury, but he practiced in full. Jamal Perry with the foot injury, he's limited, which is a blow. But I'm not too concerned about it, because with Nick Needham and Noah Igbenogany in the slot to back them up, we have a lot of interchangeable. See, if you notice a game, those guys are rotating in and out. We're keeping a fresh guy in that nickel, in that slot. And I like the way we've been using these guys. Landon Roberts is dealing with the elbow injury, but he practiced in full. Eric Rowe is dealing with the shoulder injury, but he practiced in full. Adam Shaheen, who we just signed on an extension, 2-year extension, is dealing with the shoulder injury, but he did practice in full. And Kyle Van Noy is dealing with the groin injury continuously, but he did practice in full. So we got a lot of guys who are practicing in full. The only guys that are limited is Jamal Perry, which we can make up for that if he's unable to go, and Patrick Laird, which is a blow because we need as many backs as we can at this time. And then the did not practices are the real concerns in Myles Gaskins and Matt Breida. So the running back room is suffering right now. And let me say this as well. We're going to have to put up offensive points because the Cardinals are going to score. They're going to score. We have to put up points on offense. And now we're faced with a situation where Tua did not have to do much last game, but he might have to now. And I'll go ahead and talk about – no, I'll get into Tua in a second. Before I do, I want to finish the injuries. One thing that wasn't listed on the injury report is the fact that Austin Jackson is back. He was on IR. This was the eligible week. You got to come back or you got to sit for the rest of the season. He's back. They have a plan to work him back in. He's been limited work. I'm surprised he wasn't on this list because he probably won't play maybe. It just depends. But he is back on the field, which is a huge positive for us. It's a huge positive. They have removed him off of IR. You're required to. If he didn't get moved off the IR, he wouldn't have been eligible to come back this season at all. So they moved him off of IR. He's doing limited work off to the side, and that is a good sign. That is a good sign. That means that at some point this season, he should be back in his starting role. We've done a good job helping out with Davis and making switches on the line to make up for that deficiency at the left tackle position. People can't forget that either. We've been playing games without our starting left tackle. But it is great news to know that he's going to be back to protect Tua, not on his blind side, but, the same side Aaron Darnold came and got that strip sack fumble from. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get rid of that in the chat. All right. So, anywho, that's going to be very important. So I love that he's working his way back. No need to rush it. But that's a good sign for the Dolphins, having more flexibility on the O-line when he comes back, being able to move guys in and out on run situations and things of that nature. It'll definitely bring an element to this team that'll certainly help. But I believe that's all the injury situations that I have to report at this time. I want to go to Tua real quick. I want to jump over to Tua for a second. I never got an opportunity because I already told you why I wasn't live Monday and Tuesday. So I never got an opportunity to really give you my assessment on Tua's first game. And y'all know how I am. I don't care who calls me a hater. I don't care who calls me a homer. I just like giving my honest assessment, whether people agree with it or do agree with it. It's just me. So, his first start, I was disappointed. Not fully at Tua himself. There's a lot of circumstances that led Tua to have the game that he had. First of all, I want to start this segment on Tua with the excuses. Some people think excuses are negative. Let's replace the word excuse with reason, okay? Here's a reason, because I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're making excuses for him. Number one, people have to stop this notion that it's Chan Gailey's fault. Chan Gailey sucked with the play calling. They had bad play calling. Let me give you a vision that some of you all may have not thought of. Chan Gailey was actually genius in this game. We had 8 first downs, TD. What do you mean he was genius? Here you have a rookie quarterback that is going against one of the better defensive lines in this league. What is the number one priority going into this game for an offensive coordinator? It's to make sure you, number one, protect Tua. And there's so many reasons to look out for his protection. Injury situation. First game. Good defensive line. The number one priority was to protect Tua. So go back and watch the replay. 80% of the offensive snaps, we ran a 6 or 7 man offensive line. All out protection. The first play of the game, I think that first sack fumble was like 5-man protection or something. Or 6, but the opposite side had the extra guy. So as soon as that sack fumble happened, they said, scratch it. Because I watched the film twice. I watched the game twice. Fast forward. I've been through it all. Because I wanted to dissect the kid's game. They had to protect him. So in order to protect him, you had to go Russell Wilson style. 2 routes, 3 routes. We didn't have much of the game where we ran 4 and 5 routes on the field. 2-man routes and 3-man routes, a large portion of the game. That alone is going to limit your play calling. So it's not that they were calling bad plays. They could only call the plays that would provide protection. extra protection. And don't forget, your starting left tackle isn't even on the field. And you have other guys rotated. You could only call plays that would allow massive protection. So that cut the playbook in half automatically. No four route plays, no 5 route plays. I mean, we ran a few, obviously. And even when we ran them, it had to be play calls where the ball had to come out fast to protect him. So I don't want to make that seem like an excuse, but I also have to make sure people stop that false narrative that Chan Gailey sucks and he called a bad game. He was protecting the asset that most of you all love so much, Tua Tagovailoa. Double tight end sets. It's what I call the Russell Wilson effect. This is what Seattle does with Russell. They run heavy offensive lines a lot. Play action, and they get it to their 2 or 3 routes. This is what it's about. You have to protect them. So it wasn't Chan Gailey. It was making sure that you didn't get the kid killed. Especially after what Aaron Darnold did early. Not only did he strip sack, but then the other guy came and whacked him and landed on top of him. I was happy. I was proud that he got up and shook it off. That was a good sign. But that was the first priority. So it wasn't play calling. It was going to be conservative because with max protection comes conservatism in your play calling. Against a great defensive line. So all y'all who wanted to see those plays where he had 4 seconds in the pocket and he could go 30 yards in the middle of the field, down the field, you weren't going to see that because it's a good chance that he would have never gotten the pass off. Why start his career the way that we started Tannehill's career? For the sake of throwing for 300 yards. No, I think it was smart what we did. Let him get a feel of the game. Defense held us down. And let him work himself in. Now, in the other facets of his game, I love that he was noticing certain things pre-snap. I think he did a heck of a job pre-snap in this game. I watch those in replay too. I watch how he's looking at the defense, if he's calling it audible, if he's calling different protections. He did a lot of that type of work in this game. I was really happy about pre-snap. I thought it was very impressive because it felt like he had a real good hold on what we were trying to do pre-snap. Post-snap, I can't say anything because there weren't many situations where he had to go through several progressions because we ran a game plan of get the ball out fast. So we were trying to go to the first or second progression right away. So I can't really judge his post-snap reads. Especially when some of them were him rolling out and trying to hit the dump down right away. It was hard to really get a gauge. Now, as far as the drop passes, y'all already know I'm going to be somewhat critical, okay? I'm a believer if you touch the ball, you catch it. But I'm also a believer that a quarterback has to put the ball in a position where the receivers, you make it easier for the receivers. Because I heard all this talk about, oh, his accuracy was so phenomenal. I actually beg to differ in that game. His accuracy was inconsistent. Preston dropped the ball clear as day, all on Preston. But there was another ball, Preston coming across the middle for a 5-yard shallow. And Preston's running full speed, and he has to reach down to almost his knees to catch it. He dropped it, and in my book, Preston, you touched it, you catch it. But at the same token, that's called a spade a spade. You got to put it in a better position where he can catch it on the run. Who takes the blame for that? Preston. But the quarterback certainly could have helped him out. Gesicki's pass. A whole bunch of people are going to disagree with me on this. But go back and watch the replay after you hear what I have to say. The deep ball to Gesicki. If Gesicki had his man beat by a foot on the play, 1 foot, it would have been a perfect throw. But 99% of the play, except the last second where Gesicki put the Jets on to try to go up to get it, there was zero separation. Let me tell you why, and this isn't a comparison like that, but Fitz would have Gesicki would have caught Fitz's ball on that. Let me tell you why. If you have separation, you throw it the way Tua throws. He catches it, defender's nowhere in the sight. But Gesicki was running full speed. Gesicki looked up and realized Gesicki actually slowed down because a receiver's job, I know this for a fact. Here's a receiver's job. If we're stride to stride, right? If you have good communication with your quarterback, you connect on things like this. If I'm running with my guy and we're stride for stride and I'm not beating him, you throw it up as a 50-50 ball. What people fail to realize that, in my opinion, don't know football, there is a difference between a straight up throw on the run and a 50-50 floater. There is a difference. Those are two different throws. People don't get that. Fitz is the type of person, that was a pass, he would have let it hang in the air. Tua threw it just with straight accuracy to catch on the run. Like one of those dimes. Because when Gesicki touched the ball, the defender was all up in there knocking it loose. So I want people to understand it was a beautiful pass. I mean, on the money if Gesicki had separation. But when your receiver doesn't have separation in no part of the play, you throw that up and you float it like a 50-50. That's the difference between Tua and Fitzpatrick. In Alabama, that would have been wide open. But Fitzpatrick, he throws that up, and Gesicki's able to do what Gesicki does best, what Devontae does best. Go up over his guy and get it. Some of y'all don't understand that. Oh, it was a perfect pass if he had separation. Those are the small nuances that some people don't understand about football. Because it was a heck of a pass if he had separation. But he never had separation for 99% of the route. So you float it up and let your athlete go one-on-one and beat him. But Gesicki, go watch the play when you're done. Gesicki slowed down as if it was going to be a 50-50. Then he noticed this ain't no 50-50, and he put the Jets on. The defender actually slowed down a little because he thought it was going to be a 50-50 the way Gesicki slowed down. And then Gesicki accelerated once he noticed, oh, no, this ain't no 50-50 ball. Let me get out in front of it a little more. He tried to get it. The defender knocked it out. That's not a bad thing for Tua. But it's the smallest nuance of a game that makes the difference. This isn't to bash Tua. This isn't a knock on him because it was one of the most beautiful passes. That's what you need when your guy is beating his guy. It would have been a touchdown. See, people think that Gesicki just touched it and dropped it. No, the defender was all up in there. Take the defender out of the picture. If Gesicki was running out there and he would have caught the ball. We forget that was also really good defense. Really good defense. So that's not a knock on Tua, but go back and watch the play. Some people don't understand that aspect of football. Every throw ain't the same just because it's going to the same place. Some throws you got to throw to the same place, but differently. I talked about it earlier this season. That interception in the end zone fits through. He had his man wide open, but he threw it straight as a bullet. Guy stepped right in the path of it. When you're supposed to float it over the top, the guy wouldn't have been able to do nothing. It would have been a touchdown. People think you're just supposed to get the ball there. No, it's hard playing the quarterback. Not only are you supposed to be accurate where you place the ball, but how you throw it makes a difference. And how you throw it is determined on your receiver. Number one, the type of receiver they are, their strengths, their weaknesses, and the defender. There's so much that you got to calculate. When he stepped back to pass, he was supposed to say, yeah, there's no separation. Let me float this up and give him a better chance. But the reason why he would have never floated it up, because he relied on his mechanics on that play. Go back to the replay. He started off looking at Gesicki. He got off Gesicki, looked at the safety in the middle of the field. He looked right for half of a second, came back and slung it. Same thing he did in Alabama that I told y'all that I was concerned about. He throws the ball regardless of the coverage because he's relying on mechanics. His mechanics, which he's been trained. You could tell it's been drilled in his head. The fundamental mechanics of football, they're probably, when his career is said and done, people are going to realize there probably won't be anyone better. I've never seen a player come out of college with the mechanics that Tua Tagovailoa has. It's ingrained in him. Safety, bam, I know where I'm going. It's ingrained. The mechanics are like superior. The mechanics are superior. Y'all said the camera's something wrong. Give me a second. Let me see what's going on. It's laggy. Hold on. Let me see why it's laggy. Y'all give me a second. I don't know why it would be laggy. I'm on my good internet, my 1 gig. One moment, guys. If it goes black for a half of a second, it's only Are we better now? I refreshed it, but I don't know. Are we better? I don't know why it's laggy. Let me know in the comment section. Is it better? Okay, it's better now. I don't know why I went laggy. Same internet. I'm back home on my 1 gig. But yes, back to the mechanic piece, man. Great mechanics. But the reason why he could never determine the type of pass is because what he's used to is in Alabama, Gesicki's wide open. You know, when that's Ruggs or Lamb out there running that go route against inferior competition at Alabama, the guy's wide open, and that's a touchdown in Alabama. That same throw that was on the money would have been a touchdown in Alabama because the defender would have been 2, 3, 4, 5 feet away. So he's not used to saying, oh, my receiver ain't got the separation, so I'm going to throw it like this. That wasn't the only deep ball. He threw 3 deep balls. Maybe y'all don't remember that, and they were early in the game. He threw 3 deep balls. Outside of the one to Gesicki, the other 2 was just overthrown. I don't know if y'all noticed that. They were just overthrown balls. They just weren't good in the timing. And the other throws. Okay, so I know that Jakeem Grant, was it Grant? No, it was Preston, and that dropped the pass, Gaskins. So I'm also concerned about this when we tried to run a screen on the right side of the field. It could have been pick 6, but it wasn't even close to hitting his guy in the flat. But when I watched the play over and over, I don't know what got into Tua, but he was nervous. Go back and watch the play. His body, he went back, he saw the pressure coming, and the play wasn't developing fast enough, and you could see him like visibly shaking. You could literally see him. Go back and watch it. He hikes the ball back to pass, the pressure coming. He like, oh crap. Like he was like, what am I? Let me just go. Like I know let me just go. And the pass was an errant pass that was 3 feet in front of the guy, almost to the defender. Everybody was like, oh, what was he doing? Oh, Shock TV, we know it's his first game. It's all good. We're just evaluating that first game. See, some people getting their feelings, not you, Shock, but when you're evaluating, yeah, it was his first game. Maybe I need to say that after everything I say. It was his first game. And then another one, 3rd and 6 in a crucial part of the game where we needed to get first downs to keep it going. I was really disappointed. Jakeem Grant was coming across the middle and wide open. He might have even took it up the field, y'all. He literally threw the ball not 2 feet, not 3 feet, but 5 feet behind Grant. Grant was running. Grant just said, oh, well, that ain't even a chance. And all the other plays, beautiful slant pass. I loved it. It was accurate with the defender jumping up in his face. Beautiful. That was a thing of beauty. The touchdown to Parker, some of y'all will disagree with me, but it actually wasn't an accurate pass. The defender, the reason why I was pass interference, Parker was actually past the ball. The defender hit Parker backwards into the pass, believe it or not. He got hit back into the pass. But at the same token, they connected, and Parker made a huge play. And that was good for him to get his first touchdown, and he got pumped about it. But he made a lot of great short precision passes. But again, all of them were real short in the flat, 3 yards, 4 yards. The biggest throw of the game that he made, the best throw, was the comeback route to Jakeem Grant on the right side in the red zone. And again, I'm be honest with y'all, even that comeback route was thrown late. That ball should have been flown out 1 full second before he did, but it was complete. Grant got so much separation on it that it should have been a catch, turn around, and try to make a move. But instead, it was a catch, bang, got hit. You saw that one? Yeah, I saw it, man. But it was the best play of the game for him, in my opinion. The best throw of the game was that comeback route. Not the slant. It was a thing of beauty, but they're not as hard as people think. But at the same token, he did a great job throwing it. That one to Jakeem Grant in a crucial part of the field, that was the best throw of the day for me. And it was in a crucial part of the field in a down and distance that we really needed. And he stepped up and he made the throw. So I look for him to definitely pick up on that, make more of it. And again, he ain't got to be perfect next game, but maybe double the production. You know, I ain't looking for everything, but maybe we get 170 yards next game, you know, and even if it's with 1 touchdown, you know, but give us more throws but hopefully they open up the playbook a little more as this O-line gets, they feel more comfortable, because Arizona don't have the same D-line. They definitely don't have the same D-line. So we should be able to make more plays with Tua, give him a chance to make more plays at least. But somebody said best throw was Preston comeback drop. Yeah, maybe you might be right, because he dropped it. But the one that was completed stood out to me because of the circumstance during the game and where we were on the field. It was huge. What did he say? One moment, guys. TD, if you look at Tua's throws, he has a lot of good passes dropped. Williams dropped 2. Gesicki dropped 1. Again, Preston Williams, you can't put the ball by the guy's knees. You got to throw it in stride up in the chest area. So in the second one, he did drop. In the Gesicki one, I just explained that whole situation. You need to go watch the replay on it. On those 3 drops, and there was another drop. There were like 4 drops or something. And I personally credit that 2 of those 4 to Tua. So, but think about it. Brady can go out right now and have a 400-yard game, but there were 6 drops in the game. So yeah, we don't like to see drop passes, especially when the guy is open. But at the same token, let's not make it seem like the drop passes were the reason. There were also passes that guys were wide open that he just misfired. So when you put things in the context, people want to clamor on to the things off of Tua. That's keeping 100. It goes both ways. There's things the team could have did on offense better to help him, but there's also things that he could have done better to help his team. And he said it himself. A lot of people want to say, oh, that's just him being humble. But he was right. He said, I definitely didn't play up to the standard of what this offense is capable of. I definitely didn't play up to the standard of what this offense is capable of. You okay? No. But yes, he will get better, TD. I agree, Michael. I have all the optimism in the world. Like I said, people can call me a Tua hater all they want. I have all the optimism in the world. This week he's going to be going up against a better defense. I think he just needs to settle in and get more comfortable, because I was really concerned about the Jakeem Grant pass that he threw behind him by 5 feet, and then the one where the pressure was coming and he just threw it in the flat and the guy, it was just an errant pass. It made me a little nervous that I hope that he's not too nervous in these games. And I hope he doesn't have in his head, like, I hope he's not impacted by Rosen. What do I mean by that? Rosen got a shot, and I hope Tua doesn't feel like I gotta be great or I can get Rosen. Hopefully this coaching staff is talking to him and letting him know this is not the same situation. You're going to be given so much more of an opportunity to mess up. You don't worry about losing your starting spot, your job, or the future. Calm yourself and you're fine. I just hope that, because those 2 plays made me feel like, is there something here to where in this certain situation he's just frazzled? Because defenses are going to watch that. You think Arizona didn't see those bad plays and they're like, oh, we sent pressure on those plays and he just misfired, or he was frazzled, or he makes a quick decision without even evaluating. But this has always been the playbook against Tua. Put pressure on him and make sure that pressure makes him make an immediate decision. And if the defender isn't burnt, then, he got to be perfect. And a rookie being perfect is a lot to ask. But that's my take on that. All right. But I think Tua will be just fine. Some positive things is how he gets the team to rally around him. This, believe it or not, y'all, this week is going to be huge for Tua. You come off the performance that you had, everybody's going to be looking for a level of improvement. It doesn't have to be drastic, like I said, but some level of improvement has to take place. But what won't be acceptable, and let's be fair, now y'all keep it 100, because you can only say it was his first game one time, and that's been spent. If he repeats his game and performs at the same level, in game 2, it's a concern. Doesn't mean it writes his future, but come on. Once you have 2, you're starting a trend. So for me, he has to make improvement. We're not requiring that improvement is 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. I even said, meet us around 150 yards, and it can still be 1 touchdown. And make some good throws, and make sure that you don't have those errant, just uncharacteristic throws, and continue to protect the ball. The fumble, I really don't care about. I don't even put it on Tua. I mean, if I was to nitpick, he does garner some blame because he should have never stepped back up in the pocket. The whole right side of the line was empty. He should have rolled out right. Go watch that replay too, because people will say I'm a hater. He should have never stepped back into the pocket. He went into the danger. The whole right side of the field was empty. Could have just rolled out. But, that's pocket awareness, pocket presence. That's what they said about Tannehill early on. He didn't have pocket presence. But we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. Moving forward, though, before I go into stock up and stock down, I want to quickly talk about predictions. We're in a really good spot. I've gotten out of this notion, even though I still entertain it. Worrying about Buffalo, what they're doing, and I hate them. I really do hate Buffalo. And make sure y'all tune in to the AFC East Roundtable tonight because it's going to go down. I got a lot of trash talking to do, and Buffalo still think they on top of the world as they continue to luck out every single week. I can't stand Buffalo because they're freaking frauds, man. They ain't beat nobody good in 2 years. And they continued it this season. Ain't beat nobody good. And they beat us without Byron Jones when we were down. It's on Dan's channel. It's on Buffalo's channel. So I'm trying not to worry about them as much because at the end of the day, this is classic Miami Dolphins. We always, think about the last 20 years, except for last year and maybe another 2 years. But in the last 20 years, we've had at least 15 years where we've said at some point around week 10 or week 11, we were able to say we control our own destiny. Tell me I'm wrong. 15 out of the last 20 years, after week 10, at some point, we've been able to say, we can control our own destiny. All we got to do is take care of our own wins. And what have we done in the last 20 years? What have we done in the last 20 years? Blow it. Yes, Sunday, excuse me, I was going to say yesterday. Sunday was the game that we traditionally blow. We're 500, y'all. Traditionally, blow it. Especially against a competitor that others feel is better. Especially against a team that everybody thought was the better team. That was the game that traditionally we blow. I don't know how many different ways I have to point out the evidence that we are a different team, y'all. This is a new team under a new regime that knows how to get it done. Arizona ain't going to get any easier. That battle to me is going to be harder. You know why? Because our defense is going to make plays in that game. But they are not going to do to Arizona what we did to the Rams. I'm going to go, and maybe we do. I don't know. Because none of us saw that happening anyway. But I don't believe we're going to do to Arizona what we did to the Rams. Just the element of the mobile quarterback alone that can just get out of there in a second if he wanted to. And another thing that scares you about a guy like Kyler Murray is if you do load the box, you give yourself a good chance to contain him and come after him. But all it takes is one time for him to escape. You got everybody else man to man, and it's just him running free. 40-yard touchdown, 30-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown. Him by himself because we didn't secure the tackle on the blitz. So I believe they'll keep a guy spying. But when you keep a guy spying, we won't have the same advantage that we had against the Rams. Some of y'all don't realize we literally sent 8 at times against the Rams. Now, if we want to be technical, we didn't send 8. We put 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, right? So what we did is we just accounted for every offensive player. What we did is, like, say you got a tight end on the right side of the line. Ogba or like say Van Noy is on that same side. He's on the defensive line like he's blitzing, but he's not blitzing. What he's doing is going to jam the tight end and just stay right in front of him. He's not even rushing the quarterback, but it accounts for a man. So what we did with what's your boy Jared Goff is we sent everybody except for the tight end and the running back. We ran to them, and if they went out on a route, we would have followed them. If they stayed to block, we just stayed there right there with them, right in front of them, to give the illusion that pressure is coming. So there was always one man unblocked because there's always 11 on 11. So there's one guy versus the quarterback. Do you notice on most of those big sacks, it was always the one guy that came in unguarded? Because what they did is they went man-to-man 11 on 11. And they sent everybody. And the tight end and the running back, they jammed them and stuck with them. Oh, you're not going for a route? Well, I'm still going to stay right here with you. And what that does, it tells Goff, you don't have a lane to run out of. Now, if we were running to pursue the quarterback, lanes might open up. But we kept those guys there on the line. It was a thing of beauty. It's actually a really good scheme. But you can't do it unless you got cornerbacks that are locking their guys down. So the Miami Dolphins, I'm telling y'all now, if we continue to play well and if we can get a contribution from our offense, we're going to the playoffs. And not only are we going to the playoffs, but I'm telling y'all, we can win this division. We're going to win this division. We're going to win this division. Mark my words. It's going to happen. Buffalo sitting pretty with their 6-2. Seattle about to who they play? It's 2 games, I believe, they have in a row where they about to come right back down to earth. Because they don't beat good teams. Until they beat a good team, zero respect. They got to play the Seahawks. They ain't beating the Seahawks. Then they got to play the Cardinals. I'm telling y'all now, the Cardinals going to beat them. And we going to beat the Cardinals. And that's going to be the decider right there. People have to understand, we only got 3 losses. They got 2. Even though they have 2 more wins than us, that's only because they didn't have their bye. When they lose to Seattle and we win against Arizona, they're still going to be up because they're going to have one more win than us. But when they lose to Arizona and we beat the Chargers, I believe it's the Chargers after that, we're going to be tied in the division. And there's we're going to be ahead in the division because we'll have 1 less loss. And the rest is history. Lucky for them, San Francisco's falling apart right in front of everybody's eyes. But it doesn't matter because we took care of our business against San Francisco. Other teams that they got to play that we don't. Pittsburgh. They got to deal with the Steelers. So we are going to, and then they got to play us again to end the season. Listen, it's going to be the biggest game of the season. I promise y'all, we might end up with the very last game of the season deciding who wins the AFC East. The very last game of the season, we might go into seeing who's going to win the AFC East. And who y'all think will win that game when the time comes? I said blurry again. I don't know why it keeps going blurry in and out. I have no clue why it's doing that. I have good connection and everything. Now, mind you, we will be on the road. We will be on the road. But that's all good, man. I want to talk down before we get out of here. Put it in the comment section right now. Whose stock is up? Whose stock is up? Put it in the comment section. I want to write down what y'all tell me. Man, I just had a pen. I don't know where my pen. Oh, there it is. Whose stock is up to y'all? I want to write down who y'all have. Whose stock is up? The whole defense. True, but this is chat. Ooh, good one. Somebody just gave a good one. I'm loving what I'm seeing. All right, so let's talk about some of the guys whose stock y'all say are up. All right, first and foremost, the number one guy whose stock is up, in my opinion, number one guy whose stock is up, top of the list, very top of the list, Byron Jones. Some of y'all may have not seen that coming. He is continually showing his value. Continuously showing his value. In this last game, I think he has 0 receptions against, maybe 1 coming across, I believe, late. Somebody said Byron been up. Not true. See, no, okay, let me back up. He's been up. But if y'all, first of all, you know how I used to rave about Byron Jones. Some people are like, oh, okay. But they weren't like, oh, Byron. He is showing the difference he makes. His stock is only up because he went down when he got hurt. He showed you what this defense can look like without him. And now that he's been back, it's been like, wow, but you need 3 games to say, oh, it's legit. First game, oh, this defense getting better. I'm glad Byron's back. Second game, Byron back, we've been playing better. Now, yeah. He literally locked down his side of the ball all day long. Did y'all see? He got early in the game, they targeted him like 5 times. No bueno. They went away from him. They stopped throwing the ball his way. Then they start picking on X. And listen, X gave up 4 big catches. And not no little itty bitty ones now, y'all. Keep it 100. But X had a good game overall. Because the thing about X in this game was a lot of the passes that went his way, he was batting down. He was there to make the tackle immediately in front of the sticks, in front of the first down markers. He played a good game. It wasn't his best game, but he played a good game. He played the type of game that's all you ask for him every week. But when they realized they couldn't pick on Byron Jones, they just kept trying X. They kept trying X. And he let some passes get completed against him, some big plays late in the game, which had us nervous that they might be coming back. But overall, these corners, man, did you see the stat before last game? They said we allow like a 20-something passer rating against those 2 corners. Now, yeah, somebody just brought this up, and I do want to say this. Listen. I was just about to say I love X. I love X's game when he's on it. Okay? Let me be descriptive. But come on, dude. Like, you should have already made the Pro Bowl. You done dropped 4 or 5 interceptions this season so far. You already got a whole bunch, but you done dropped like 4 or 5. You're supposed to already have made the Pro Bowl. Am I wrong? This man done dropped. Like, he averaged 2 interception drops a game, it feel like. And that ain't a bad thing. He's in the play. But come on, this is like a funny thing, really. I ain't hating. This is funny. Like, come on, man, get the picks. That's when you're supposed to, your stock goes way through the roof. Eating. Like, come on, man. Gosh, man. Like, do you know how excited it would have been if he caught half of the ones he dropped? Like, how many interceptions he got right now? I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me in the comment section. How many picks he got? Put it in the comment section because I know y'all know. I know y'all know. Let me see. I'm going to wait. 4. He should have 6. Y'all can't even tell me I'm lying. He should have 6, and we ain't even halfway through the season for us. Somebody said he should be at 7. Truthfully, if he caught them all, he'd be at 9. Let's not forget early in the season versus the Jets, Buffalo, he dropped some then too. Y'all remember? Who was that? Eric Rowe should have another one too. He dropped one yesterday. Oh, man. When he went to the Pro Bowl, how many picks did he have? Was it 6 or 7, I think? I don't remember. But he should already be touching those totals halfway through the season. So I'm just saying, I ain't picking on X. It's just a funny thing to me that he's been in position more than he ever has been before. And I'm going to tell you now, a large part of that is because he's been playing a lot more bump and run. Y'all need to go watch Xavier Howard in the past. He's a cushion cornerback that dives and he takes chances. What I'm seeing in his game now is he's being forced. Forced is unfair. He's being asked to actually be a good cover corner, and where you see the opportunity within being a good cover corner, go after it. And that's what's going to make his numbers and who he is as a corner even better. Now, I want to be fair. The Rams are dumb. First of all, they were averaging 6 yards per carry. For the life of me, why didn't they just keep running the ball? That's neither here nor there. I think what it was, they got down early and they felt like they had to make it up throwing the ball. They could have just kept running the ball and building the scores slowly and stopped turning the ball over. But they went to throwing the ball excessively. So X did get beat a lot later in the game, but they were also on the field a lot. They were like the ones where he got beat. He had some tendencies of jogging in the game too when you watch the film. So again, don't want to use the word excuse, but I'll use the word reason. They were on the field so much that I'm not going to knock him if he took a break on some plays. Now, again, we don't want nobody taking no break. But I forgot which player it was. They came out recently and said, if you want a player to go 100% every down in a full game, it's impossible. It's unrealistic. I haven't played the game on their level to say whether or not it is, so I'll take their word for it. I mean, of course, I believe we've had players in history that have won 100 the whole game, but those are rare breeds. Somebody said Goff threw the ball 62 times. Exactly. So although X got beat on some of these plays and stuff, the man threw the ball 62 times. And every one that he got mossed on, it was like, where was he? Oh, they showed the replay. As soon as the receiver cut in, he didn't need. It's like X has these tendencies. He's right there with you. But if he's already backpedaling and you cut in, it's like this mental thing with him where I played that wrong. There ain't no need for me to chase you full speed. You already got me beat. That's almost the feeling of it. That's almost how it feels sometimes when you watch the replay. He'll be backpedaling, the guy cut across the field, and he like, let me jog over there now. You know, if it's not in his realm, he ain't like, y'all know what I mean, man. Just go watch the replay to see what I'm talking about. Not mossed beside him, just beat on the play. All right. But Byron Jones stock is up. Somebody said, what's up, Mr. Ball Game? Ball Game in here, man. What's up, Ball Game? Oh, I really listen, Ball Game. We need to link up again soon, by the way, if you're in here, because I really need to get your take now on what you think. Is this team overachieving already? Because you said realistic is 7-8 wins. Do you still think that's where we're going to end up? I'm just curious. All right. Who else stock is up? Landon Roberts in my book is number 2. The kid is making plays. Landon Roberts is making plays. I mean, I'm impressed. This is why I told y'all earlier this season when Van Noy got dinged up and stuff. I said the one position that we have a plethora of players is the linebacker position. But Landon Roberts is actually impressing me. Like when he hits a hole and want to get in the backfield, he don't play around and say which angle to take. He hit it. Whether he right or wrong, he hit it, and he making plays. And you're hearing his name more and more. That's why I say that. Because a lot of guys' stocks are up. But when some guys, you gotta put them higher on the list because you don't hear them enough. Refresh TD. Let me refresh. I don't know why I'm lagging like that, guy. All right, we back. Y'all let me know if we're good. I have no clue why it's lagging like that. I'll figure it out though. Let me know in the comment section if it's all good. See, it's all back good. I don't get that. It can't be the internet connection because I just refreshed and it's beautiful. It got to be something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's already going. I'll fix it after this stream. I'll figure it out one way or another. All right. But yeah, his stock is up. Who else stock is up? Jakeem Grant. Jakeem Grant's stock is up. I was worried about Grant because I was actually disappointed he hadn't showed up in the kicking game. He ain't been excellent, helping out in the receiving game. He comes and gets a huge first down connection with Tua. He runs back a kick. He runs back another one in good field position. Jakeem Grant's stock is actually coming up, and I love it. Somebody said it's YouTube. It's been acting like that on other channels. Thanks for letting me know, man. So y'all bear with me. I'm sorry that it's doing it because I'm seeing a clear picture on my camera and the YouTube feed is not good. But anywho, Jakeem Grant, I love how his stock is up. He's doing some things. Who else stock is up? Christian Wilkins, because they're utilizing him in different facets of the game. They got the guy backing up in coverage, getting picks. They got him playing lead block for Gaskins on the fullback on the goal line. They putting him out there on special teams. He's doing a lot. I still need to see more in the run defense, though, y'all. I mean, I got to call a spade, and I'm a Christian Wilkins fan. I like Christian Wilkins. But I got to see more in the run game. We have to. Somebody said Grant is the reason why Ford got traded. No, they were all on the team. It was Callaway. That was part of the reason why he got back. They felt like there was a guy they could move and get an asset for. Zyler and Van Ginkel, those guys' stock is on the rise. Eric Rose stock is on the rise. Ogbah's stock is on the rise. Who else? The MVP stock ain't on the rise. He just at the very top, Jason Sanders. But let's quickly talk about whose stock is whose stock is down. Whose stock is down, y'all? Talk to me. Be fair now. Whose stock is down? Somebody said Van Noy. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that we can say that Van Noy's stock is down. I don't think so. Parker's stock isn't down. It's not his fault that he only got targeted less than 3 times. And he caught the lone touchdown offensively. Preston Williams' stock is down. He's going to, and there was something that came out today that he's going to be looking to get back to form. Preston's stock is down. No doubt about it. But I can't say that Van Noy's stock is down, y'all. Van Noy's been showing up every week. It's just not what you think. He has pressures on the quarterback every week. He's been playing good in coverage every week. He's been like Van Noy, actually, in my opinion, has played very well. People just don't hear his name a lot. You don't hear his name a lot. He's playing that 8-level football. He's not playing 9 or 11 or 10 football. He's not making 9 and 10 plays. He's just consistently playing 8-level football. Very well. No more, no less. I'm going to be consistent and do my job. That's the New England way. Do your job. See, Van Noy is the type of guy that the dirty work he puts in allows everybody else to get off. See, he's one of those under the radar players. He's allowing everybody else to get off because of the impact that he's having. It's that simple, man. Kenley and Williams is stock down. I'm staying away from the old line right now because they went through a recent switch. You know, guys got moved around. It's a new group, so I'm really not grading any of those guys. You know, they've been moving around and stuff like that. So we'll see as time goes. But before I go, last thing, we're going to do what we did last week that everybody loved. It's time for the PFF update. All right. Everybody loved this last week. I actually loved it myself. So the PFF update, you name a player, we talk about their PFF grade, where they rank up, where they stack up. Is it good? Is it bad? We'll see what PFF has to say, all right? So y'all already know what time it is. Start naming the players in the comment section. Before we get out of here, we'll do that for a few minutes. Name the players in the comment section, and we'll go see what their PFF is. Byron Jones, all right. Let's see. Byron Jones, PFF. Next up, we'll do Eric Rowe, then Christian Wilkins. So y'all stick with me. Let's not go too far. So Byron Jones is a 57.6 overall. I told y'all last week, anything over a 55 is good. So Byron is a 57.6. That's interesting to me because I'm wondering if that has a lot to do with the run game as well. Run defense. Because that's one area where Byron Jones just will not give you any love. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The man ain't going to make a play in the run game to save your life. It's just not going to happen. Let me update this real quick. Man, is this still lagging on us like that, man? I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. I don't know why it's doing that. And somebody said, oh, all right. So y'all should be back now. Another thing about Byron Jones, the reason why his PFF isn't as high as many is because he has 0 interceptions. He has 0 interceptions. He's been targeted 23 times and he's allowed 13 receptions. But the thing about Byron Jones receptions, they're always for 3 yards, 4 yards, 2 yards, 6 yards. It's like nothing deep. He's not allowing anything deep at all. Now let's look. I'm going to skip real quick. I'm going to go to Xavier Howard because I'm going to show you the difference of what interceptions do. Xavier Howard's PFF, 78.4. Way better. Way better. Why? Because he's tied first for interceptions. Targeted 36 times. See, that's where it shows up. He's targeted 36 times. He's given up 19. But again, when you look at Byron Jones is targeted 23 times. Now, I know that he played less games, but just like in this game, they started out with Byron Jones and then they start messing with X. Early in the season, X wasn't targeted a lot. because he was still going off of the same respect that he's always gotten. So we got two corners that's literally doing their thing, locking guys down. I'm not seeing anything in the run defense. Who we got? Parker? Wait, no, we said earlier we said Eric Rowe. We're gonna see how many we get in the green. So we got one in the green. Like basically, let's see everybody we can get over 55. Okay, PFF wise, everybody we can get over 55. So far, we're 2 for 2. So let's go, Eric Rowe. We're gonna start with the defense, y'all. Eric Rowe. All right, so Eric Rowe is 68.4. Wow. Eric Rowe's having a heck of a season. Eric Rowe is having a heck of a season, guys. Which is crazy. Wasn't everybody talking about, yeah, but I don't like that safety situation. You know, I think they need to put Eric Rowe back as the backup corner or something. Remember all that conversation last year and stuff? Ain't that crazy? And we're like, be patient. Low key, Eric Rowe. I told y'all, low key, Eric Rowe ain't played bad, y'all. Y'all should step off the brakes a little. And this is his second year. Maybe he gets even better. Remember last year, all them debates we were having on the channel? No, bro, no. Okay. Looks like Flores was right. Bobby McCain. Whoa, 75.8. Oh my gosh. This secondary has to be, listen, y'all, this secondary has to be number 1 in the NFL with these ratings. Come on, this has to be the number 1 secondary in the NFL with these ratings. Gosh, this is nice. Who else we got? We're going to stick with defense, and then we'll go offense before we get out of here. Who else we got? Who we want on defense? Man. Because of our corners. Exactly. It's a ripple effect. I'm waiting on the name. Ogba. Okay. Ogba. My bad. I was on the wrong screen. Ogba. All right. Somebody said Needham. All right. We already did Bobby McCain. He's up there. Ogba is a 65, man. We're 5 for 5 on the defense for guys over 55 rating. All right. Let's go Nick Needham. Need him. All right, Nick Needham is running a 49.7. Doesn't make the cut. Doesn't make the cut. Sorry. Christian Wilkins. Let's see what we got. Christian Wilkins. We'll do Baker and Van Ginkel next. Christian Wilkins, 61.7. Got another one. Nice. Baker and Van Ginkel. Jerome Baker. Jerome Baker. Ooh, 46. He's not doing good. 46, y'all. And I got to be honest with y'all. If you look at the last few weeks, see, Baker out here getting all these tackles. But if you look at the last few weeks, guys who are actually making big-time plays at the linebacker position been everybody except Baker. Early in the season, Baker had like a sack and this and that, but for all the snaps that he's getting, to only have 38 tackles, and he's averaging about 5 a game. No, like 6 a game, somewhere around that. Yeah, no, I mean, it ain't gonna cut it. But hey, it is what it is. But he's not hitting it, y'all. All right, who else? Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy. 60 on the dot. See? Being consistent. 60 on the dot. But I do want to see more from Van Noy. I want to see more. I love for him to be around the 65 range. Landon Roberts. All right, let's see what Landon Roberts doing. 27.2, terrible. But you got to understand the holistic aspect of the season. The last 2 games, Landon Roberts has been making plays. Before that, non-existent. That's why I say his stock is up. Somebody earlier was like, oh, it's been there, TD. No, it hasn't. He was out, though, but not all of them. Who else? Shaq Lawson? All right, Shaq Lawson, 67.4. Man. This defense is beautiful, y'all. Shout out to Ed Dowling with the donation. Say, hey, TD, hope everything is okay. Good to see you live. Thank you, brother. I'm glad I am live. I'm glad I'm able to be live. So glad. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. Who else? Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel. All right, Van Ginkel is going to be 75.3. I didn't even see that coming. He wanted the highest rated. Man, 75.3, y'all. Boy. Oh, my gosh. Gruger Hill. I don't even know how to Trying to find Gruger Hill. Do I need to put a dash? Y'all gonna have to give me the spelling of Gruger Hill, because do I need to put a dash or no dash? There it is. Never mind. I found him. It is a dash. That's why. 60.8. He makes the cut too. Wow. This defense has a lot of guys playing above average. Matter of fact, right now we got 10 guys who made the cut. I'm going to make it 9 because I'm not going to count Byron Jones. I'm not going to count anything right under 60. All right? So 9. 60 is average. That's what I have as average. Really, 50 is around average, but I want 60 or above. I'm going to make it even tougher. We know Byron's value. Brandon Jones. I got Zach Zeiler next. All right. Brandon Jones, 61.9. Man. Zach. Wait, did I do Zach Zeiler earlier? Let me see. You said yes. Figured I did. Eric Rowe, we already did. Raekwon Davis. Let's see. Raekwon Davis. All right, let's see what Raekwon doing. 56.3, not far off, especially since he had a rough start early on, not getting reps. He on his way. He right there with Byron. All right, any more on the defense before we move to the offense? Noah Igbenogany. Noah Ig. Man, they better come up with the IG. Oh my gosh. Yeah, all right. Spell Noah for me. IG Big Eno. Why isn't he coming up? IGBIN. OGH. ENE. It's not. Oh, there he is. Okay, I got it. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. 33.9. It's better than the 20-something he was running. Wow. Who anybody else? Anyone else? I believe that should do it on the defense. Oh, Jamal Perry. Yeah. $58.9. Jamal ain't playing bad. Do y'all see this defensive roster? Oh my gosh, Benito Jones. Is he on here yet? All right, let's see. 48.5. All right. I think Wilts. Hold on, I'm putting Jamal in. I thought I just do that? I don't know why he not coming up. All right, let's go to the offense, guys. Let's go to offense. All right. Let's go to offense. So who we want to start with? I know it's the same guy. I just realized that I'm tripping. Who we want to start with on offense? After you guys. Defense is on point, man. Somebody said Tua. Why not? Why not? Tua has 49.4. 49.4. Not bad overall with the game that was had. That's not bad overall to me. Somebody said Fitz. All right, let's go ahead and get the competition out of the way. Ryan Fitzpatrick is 75.3, which is crazy. I can't believe we didn't trade him because he's valuable right now. That's shocking to me, but we don't have a backup. All right, so Preston Williams. All right, Preston Williams, 61.7. Ain't that shocking? Regardless, he's still a good receiver, regardless of the inconsistency. I think it's a lot to do. 61.7 ain't bad. Now, Devontae Parker probably way more, but still. Devontae Parker. Ugh. $76.4. Devontae. 76.4. Balling. All right, who else we got? Jakeem Grant. $73.5. Wow. His stock has risen drastically. Crazy. Who else? Anybody else? Gesicki. Gesicki is 78.4. Wow, the highest so far on offense. Myles Gaskins. What was Gaskins with yesterday included? Oh, there it is. 68.3. Really good. He's in the green. Antonio Callaway. Oh, wow. No, he ain't been playing. I don't even know why I looked that up. It made no sense. He ain't been playing. I just realized that he just got active. Isaiah Ford, who we just lost. Isaiah Ford is 64. He was productive when he got his opportunities. Adam Shaheen. $74.2. Our tight ends, that's why they re-signed them. Our tight ends are playing very efficient football. Just imagine if they got targeted more. Deandre Washington. Let's see. They don't do kickers on here, man. They trash. Man, what's taking so long? I don't know why it's not working when I put his name in. Let me go Robert Hunt, and I'll go back to see what's wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why it's froze up on me. And honestly, y'all, I just went 10 minutes over my allotted time. I need to get out here with my family. I'm gonna end this stream right here. We'll pick up on this next time where we left off, and we'll go from there. Y'all hit the like button on your way out. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm about to get up out of here, but y'all tune in tonight. AFC East Roundtable. Y'all go to Dan Mitchell's channel. Y'all come through, all right? All right, and it's spelled Dan Mitchell, all right? Go to his channel. I'll be on the AFC East Roundtable. Y'all come through and support me tonight because I'm talking my talk. I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all, man. I got to get out of here. It's your boy TD. I'm out, y'all. Peace.